Large housing and business communities in Golden Valley will be able to start their own composting operations. Golden Valley City Council approved a proposal to expand backyard composting. Previously, City Code only allowed composting at residential properties with up to 4 living units. Now, larger apartment buildings, schools, and places of worship and businesses can start composting on their properties, and this is separate from the city's organic compost and recycling program.
There were a number of people that had come up to me with questions, especially from apartments and condos where composting and compost service is currently not very widely available. And so not having an answer for them quite yet as to what we can do was a little bit frustrating for them.
The goal is to reduce food waste in a more sustainable way. A local entrepreneur is trying to make a name for herself in the world of ready-to-drink cocktails. In this week's edition of Business Matters, Delane Cleveland introduces us to the woman behind Jaded AF Martinis.
And I'm a huge supporter of local as much as I possibly can.
Step inside Princeton's Liquors in Maple Grove and you'll be bombarded with options.
We're in a liquor store and you see there's a lot of choice. That goes without saying.
Some of the labels you could call filthy, others borderline inappropriate, but there's only one that's Jaded AF.
Jaded AF is pretty selective AF.
Alexa Fitzpatrick is the Twin Cities-based founder and CEO of Jaded AF. It's a line of ready-to-serve gin-based martinis that come in 3 flavors: lemon drop, lavender, and cucumber.
And even just the shape of the bottle, it reminds me of a martini glass. Welcome to the launch of Jaded AF.
The product launched 2 months ago, but getting to this point has been a surreal 2-year journey for Fitzpatrick.
My career was in healthcare, and I was steering my team through the pandemic, and we did so relatively successfully considering the context. And then in October of 2020, I had a stroke, actually a series of strokes.
Thankfully, she made a full recovery. But during her time away from work, she decided to change careers and enter the world of libations.
It was a risk, and what made it even riskier is this is 100% mine, so I funded 100%. I ended up liquidating my entire 401k.
Which is how it got to the shelves here at Princeton's.
We're a local company. Local is kind of how I'm driven.
Store manager Bill Princeton puts an emphasis on helping Minnesota-based products.
Anytime I can support anyone, whether it's hyper-local or just local, that's a big thing to me. Always has been.
As for Alexa,
so for lavender, it says sexy, subtle, and incredibly chic.
The hope is to one day have Jaded AF martinis in stores and venues all across the state. And while there's certainly a lot of competition, she's confident the product speaks for itself.
From all the feedback that I've received, we definitely hit our target.
In Maple Grove, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
In case you were wondering about the name of the product, it came to be because Jade is Alexa's middle name, and the AF stands for Alexa Fitzpatrick. A Maple Grove brewery has plans to expand. Omni Brewing Company has submitted plans to the Senate to expand operations in an adjacent building. The brewery also submitted plans to expand its parking lot and its patio. According to city documents, the Maple Grove Planning Commission will take up the plans at its next meeting. Local high school students are getting an up-close experience with the healthcare industry this summer. I talked with 2 students who hope this prepares them for a possible career in medicine.
Wonderful.
One of Jewel Figueroa's summer jobs is more than just working at the mall.
6, 7, 8, 9. I don't want to be behind a desk. I don't want to just have a desk job or do nothing boring with my life. I want to be able to help people.
She's one of dozens of high school students taking part in Hennepin County Medical Center's Talent Garden internship. 6 weeks, paid, with rounds in each department of the hospital.
I think I'm good at helping people. I'm more solution driven, so I think I'm good at that, and I feel like I would be helpful in that sector of the job force.
Mahad Arif of Blaine says the program is helping him hone in on what he wants to do with his life.
I think healthcare is something I'm interested in pursuing. I'm still deciding on what I want to do in terms of Do I want to see the blood and guts, or do I want to do like the clinical side of it?
What's the big thing that we want to worry about when we're sporting?
The students spent Monday learning from EMTs.
How can you check something like that?
Their experience will be enough for them to possibly certify as emergency medical responders, where they could assist EMTs at large public events.
Everybody knew what to do. All I want to do is make sure that was happening.
All of that adds up to real-world, hands-on, priceless experience.
This gives me shadowing doctor hours. I'm able to put that on, which most high school students don't have that behind their back. Having to shadow an ED, or I even think I get a day in the NICU.
To have the answers needed.
10 seconds.
When the future ahead looks bright.
1, 2, 3.
Right now it's kind of up in the air on what I really want to do, but I know I do want to go into labor and delivery, whether that's being an RN and then going into midwifery, or becoming an OBGYN and going into pre-med.
This is the 5th week of the 6-week summer program, and it's in its 2nd year at HCMC. Pickleball fans in Maple Grove will soon have another place to play. Work is underway at Lakeview Knolls Park in Maple Grove. The development will have 18 pickleball courts, the first of the kind in the area. Ben Yashesky says the Parks Department was seeing a high demand for pickleball and heavy traffic at the existing city courts.
Really looking to expand and build a site that could facilitate and house more players, but also the potential for leagues and tournaments and some recreation programming.
Right now, crews are demolishing the softball field and 6 existing courts along 93rd Street. Yashesky says construction is expected to go quickly and the courts will be ready by October.
The Wood Bat Tournament benefiting the Baseball in Benin project featured plenty of exciting games over the weekend. Jay Wilcox caught the sights and sounds of a matchup between the Hamel 11 and 12 Selects and the Plymouth New Hope 12 All-Stars.
Rather than everyone at 20, so everyone's ready for Friday and Saturday.
St. Louis Park's 12s won the 11-12 division. The 10A bracket will be completed Monday night. The 10B division was won by Plymouth New Hope, and the 9-year-old championship game ended in a tie between St. Louis Park and Coon Rapids as rain ended the final game. The high school sports season gets underway with practices for fall teams on August 14th. For one local school recently named the best of the best, last year will be tough to top.
Even for a high school with the history of athletic success like Wayzata has enjoyed for many years, the 2022-23 school year was an especially good one. Trojans teams captured 6 state championships, with a handful of others also competing at state. All that hardware earned the school the title of Best All-Around High School Sports Program from the prep sports website MaxPreps.
Really cool opportunity, and just to get the word out and share it with the community, and to just showcase all of our students and our student athletes and what they do, and our coaches. That's just icing on the cake for the end of it all. You know, great season, great year, and to win that award just kind of capped off a fantastic sports season for us.
Wayzata won 4 of the state titles last fall in boys and girls cross country, plus boys soccer and volleyball. In the winter, the boys basketball team won its 2nd state championship in 3 seasons, and boys tennis capped off the year with a Class AA title in the spring.
I think it's our coaches, and I think it's the community and our student athletes that all rally around each other in order to create the best environment for all of us. We have administrators who here support us 100%. The community comes out to cheer them on, and so it's just really it's a total family affair where we have everyone involved.
And that's all for sports. More CCX News after this.